first time. Well, let's really take 3. Let me try one more time to get this right for once. I can't even move my browser around. Sorry, new computer. All right, gonna try. Annoyed. Okay, it's way too late for me to be doing this. Let's share Google Hangouts. No, that's not what I want to share. This. No. Oh, it hasn't popped up yet. I don't want to share anything yet. I've just started. I'm going to lose a few seconds. All right, now I can go back and share my screen. So when I think about, oh, it's the same one. When I think about what open means to me, and you have to think about the landscape of a farm, because you can either be a chained up cow being like almost a slave beast, or you can be free, opening up the doors to a whole new level of learning. Because when you learn in the open and you build and play in open spaces, you're opening new doors because you're learning out loud. That's what I love the most. You learn the best and you teach the best when you're learning with your students. When you build the spaces and places that you play and think with your students, well, that's when you get that true introspection. There's something different. It's as if a shadow casts over other thoughts that allow you to dwell on past reflections of what it's like to learn. And when you create and make in open spaces, this gives you the chance to truly concentrate and to think about your friends, because we are social creatures. And your true friends can look you straight in the eye and know your soul. And I've met some amazing people online that inspire me. I'm actually awestruck by people like Kate Booth and Laura Gibbs or Doug Belshaw. They're like, they are that peer that points out into the horizon. And that's really what we are. When we're building a foundations of the future, when we're talking about learning in the open, we have to think about it as almost an ocean. We talk about that, shallow thinking because there's aren't big journals. But you know what? When you gaze up and you look out at the big picture, there's a lot of life in tidal pools, just as there's a lot of life all around us. And when you gaze up at that kind of life, you can see that open is others. It's a network of other people. And that's what really does it, is we can think about it. And we can be tied down and commodified, or we can become creators of our spaces, removing the leash and really thinking about it, because what you pick up is incidental but consequential learning. I've grown so much as a person and can do things that I never thought possible because I play in open spaces. And it's bringing together people that you thought could never come together. You're inspiring others when you work in open spaces. And you have to return to the same well, but approach the problems from different places, because the problems we face are too big for any one person. We do have to come together if we're going to be able to set a goal, reach out there, and come back. No matter what it happens, that we have to get our feet wet, if we have to get our hands wet, we have to start building the spaces that we learn in. And that's really what I'm thinking about, is how do I get out of that deep end of, just being a solo educator and gnawing on this bone of what we need to do together as a group. And when I kind of gnaw on this idea, I've come to a few conclusions. It's really, I think, open is where Twitter needs to go. I've been doing Twitter chats for years in education, and we've always keep going back to the same thing. We need something more. Well, let's start building the sky. Let's build the landscape instead of just talking about the landscape. Same thing, we always talk about those tools. I think EdCamp also needs to move out into building and playing in the open. EdCamp is open, but we have this cadre of really veteran teachers that have been going to EdCamp for a long time who can see a bigger horizon and need a new challenge and new peaks. So what if we work together with the open educational or open ed resources to really tackle and reach those mountaintops? And thinking about that landscape of knowledge that we could traverse together. I think if all of those components really came together, well, we could really shake off a lot of the shackles of the old paradigm of us being commodified and not being as creators. I mean, open, in a sense, is a moral responsibility. It's where we go to play. And when you play, you learn. And when I'm learning and playing in open spaces, I know I have the love and support of others. And we can come together really being able to think about that, and to think about this idea that it's kind of a mindset. It's not a tool. Being able to be open means that you're willing to rely on other people. You're not just swimming alone. There is somebody out there motivating, pushing you, who's willing to throw that stick a little bit further than you've gone before. So I really think about it as kind of like philanthropic entrepreneurial activism. I do want to do good, helping others do well. And yeah, if I can make a little scratch doing that, that's not a bad little view. And so we have to break out of these gates and these silos of where we keep our learning. When we allow our students and ourselves to learn in the open, we're building better tools, we're reflecting out loud, and we're thinking about the future. And that's the joy. If I were to put my joy into a purse that I hold deep and tight against me, it would be a purse full of rainbows and sunshine. Yeah, I'd open it up and hopefully it'd look like a Care Bear stare popped out of there, because that's the feeling I get when I think about open as scholarship. Because open is, in a sense, is a peer review. Let's start thinking about, our scholarship and how we look at each other's scholarship as how we build it together. Like, instead of a rejection, maybe I should get a pull request. And we can think about open science in that ways in planning that our scholarship could be something we design, because it takes focus, a determination. It's almost like we're running an agility course ourselves. And if you've ever worked with a dog in agility, really you know that it's you as a teacher and the human that is learning, not the dog. The dog does it by instinct, just like children. We build a closed place around our children. We don't have to have them carry a droopy face, because behind even the droopiest faces, there's that cuteness of brightness. And we have to think about how we can come together and bring that writing together. And to me, writing is making. It is a race. It's a race to create something new together. And it's something that I enjoy. When I think about really traversing a field quickly, and I think about what we have to accomplish, I do look and want to race. All right, hopefully that recorded. I pray that recorded. Wasn't better than the last one, though, so I'm kind of ticked about that. So let's stop sharing the screen. Alan, you're there.
I'm watching you.
Yeah. I figured it would be a fun way to do the video.
What the heck are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I could have sworn maybe it was an old blog post that somebody picked from an old K-12 online conference, and you're not even doing a session.
No.
Which would be even cooler.
But you sent me a video. I thought.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I guess it automatically invited you when it got sent.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing like a class thing or something.
No, well, I thought I spread a blog post where you were asking for people to record short videos about for K-12 online. I said, I'll do one.
Oh, cool.
This would be a fun way to do it. I messed up. I did one already before, and it was way better than this one. But I didn't record the screen correctly, so it's gone forever.
Oh, no, you're good. I like to study the way people go about them. 20 seconds is a long.
Yeah.
A long pause. Of course, when you're doing it by yourself, it's different. I usually do it in groups where I have them take turns.
Yeah. And in the last one I actually talked about that. It was like, because I've done these in large audiences, and it's hard being disembodied doing this.
It is.
Because that 20 seconds, you can see which ideas you really learn how the audience writes for you and with you.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't draw on anybody. I couldn't see like, oh, they're going with that idea. I'm gonna run with that.
No, you just have to make a wild guess.
Yeah. And the cow slide, the first time I did it, the cow slide threw me, because I did pumpernickel. Bonnie Stewart gave me pumpernickel. I have the audio for that, so I might just go look for 20 slides and play post. What I did is I hit the when I was like, oh good, I have all 20 of them, so I can just go back, and I was going to just get the slides, but of course I hit the link and it opened and then I lost it.
Yeah, you lost.
So I was like, so that's what I was like, but I'm just going to play with pumpernickel till I find all 20 of them again.
Oh, there you go. You know, all the permutations, it might take you.
It'll be a long years.
Okay, I thought you were asking a group to come in and do this.
No, I was just sending it out, and I didn't even mean to bring in, but I'm glad it was
That's
like
okay,
because I wasn't sleeping, so I'm like, it's 11 at night. I work 10 hours. Why don't I just do one of these? But, thanks for joining me.
Okay, see you later, Greg.